Does anybody hear me? Hello, testing, one, two, three. What in the hell? Anybody hear me? Hello, 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 hello. Ah, oh, you can hear me now. What the hell? Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Maybe it's because I was in a dead area or something. But I'm saying that my microphone was not connected to the internet. I don't get it. Walaikum assalam. But everybody hears me right now, so I guess we're good to go. I don't think the Zionists are that smart. I don't think they're that smart. I think a lot of people give the Zionists more credit than what they're due. Yeah, there's some huge idiots. Trying this out today. Trying this out today, so I can bring up guests. So y'all don't have to just listen to me all the time, and make it a little bit more interesting. You know what I'm saying? No, you can't. No, because they're not real questions. They come from Islamophobic uh, misinformation. So, been doing this for 32 years, man. I'm not going to do it again. Let me see if I get some guests coming up. Invite guests. Copied. Okay. Oh boy. Post comment. Okay. Boom. There you go. Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Hey, I got a question for everybody. Does the screen look the same way? Because I'm on StreamYard right now. Does the stream look the same way in quality and size, frame, and all that as yesterday on YouTube? I'm good. Yeah, I'm in Needles, California. I'm just about ready to cross into Arizona. So it looks the same. Is it better? Is it, I don't know, same? Okay, I'll ask one question so I don't get a whole bunch of answers. Does it look the same? Oh, you didn't see yesterday's stream? Oh, okay. It doesn't look the same? Is it worse? Hmm. Biotronic, if you could describe the differences briefly, I'd appreciate it. Man, I cannot wait to get to Seligman, Arizona. To have me a veggie burrito. Looks the same. Sweet. Samira, Muslims say Assalamu alaikum, not hi. You know what I mean? Oh, it's vertical and not a full size. Oh, okay. Are you able to widen it though? Go full screen. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Yeah, Stephen, I don't have any time, man. I don't have any time. I don't have time to answer the quote unquote questions that you have that are from misinformation from Islamophobic sites online. Man. We're not going to be doing that. I don't play games. I don't waste time. So, sorry, Stephen. I've wasted my time with non-Muslims for 32 years on the same thing, so yeah, no thanks. You can call me a coward. You can say I'm running. You can say I don't have what it takes. You can say Islam is defeated, whatever you want. That's fine. That's fine. I've heard all that before. It's funny that non-Muslims, they always have questions from Islamophobic websites, anti-Islam websites. People that are ex-Muslims, complete misinformation and ignorance. But they never go learn Islam from Muslims. Isn't that something? And it proves to me that the reason why is they really don't want to learn about Islam because they believe that their Islamophobic sites and people that they have learned from is the true information about what Islam is. So I just don't have time. I don't have time. Dia, who are you, Dia? Okay. Oh, okay. Let's see. Let us see.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
How are you, bro?
Alhamdulillah. What's going on, man?
Alhamdulillah. No, I just wanted to say thank you. Jazakallah khair for your efforts, man. And I like the way you deal with all the Islamophobic trolls. It's funny, but it's very effective. So well done on that.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. That's. I like to have fun sometimes, but then it just gets boring because it's the same thing. Um, the,
Literally.
the, the thing is they come up with they think that they have this misinformation and they come up on stage and they ask the same questions as if they are about to break the back of Islam itself. But this question has been answered 50 years ago. You know, it's
Exactly, bro. They don't have new arguments to bring, so they just recycle the same ones. So that's what they can
that's
do,
it.
really. Yeah, we
That's
have
it,
to hear
man.
them over and over again. Yeah,
That's
but
what
yeah,
I'm just not interested. I'm not interested at all. You know.
yeah, it's not worth the energy, to be honest. I don't have the energy for that stuff either. Like,
Nah.
it's just, but yeah, man. Seeing what's happening in Gaza is really heartbreaking. So, if any, I'm I just trying to think of ways in which we can unite as an ummah, so we can get Palestine back, because we are extremely divided. We're not attached to the deen. So I don't know, man. It's heartbreaking, but I guess I just try to do my part, in uniting the ummah. But
Yeah.
yeah. Do you have any like ways like every individual can contribute towards uniting the ummah?
I mean, I think you just answered your own question when you said we're not attached to the deen. So when we attach ourselves to the deen and we know our deen and we know the rights and responsibilities of each other and we're actually trying to unite and learn our deen, that's when we unite. That's when we actually unite, because if we don't have anything to stand on, what are we going to unite on? The Palestinians are going to unite with the Palestinians. The Saudi Arabians are going to, unite with the Saudi Arabians. And why can't we all just unite as Muslims? No, it's because we don't know our deen. And
Yeah,
there's
that's
little
true.
fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's pretty sad, really, how the Muslims are not attached to their deen. So
Yeah.
yeah, but it's very heartbreaking. But inshallah, victory will come sooner or later. Allah Subhanahu wa Taala promised us victory, so I guess we
Victory's
should just
coming
look.
soon. Victory's coming soon. When you're taking out kids, when you're making fun of the ayah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when you're being arrogant and making fun of Palestinians, starving in the streets, the punishment, not only the victory, but the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is very, very near. Very near. There's no doubt in my mind that the punishment of these demon Zio terrorists is very, very soon. No doubt in my mind. Zero.
Yeah, inshallah, comes as soon as possible. Really,
I mean,
the like you see organizations like the UN, like all these, they're useless. Like they're just on paper they preserve peace. They just literally work for America, and the International Court of Justice, whatever their name is, they're useless as well. They
yeah.
said Israel is committing it's plausible that Israel is committing a genocide, but did nothing to stop them. So and
Yeah.
then when we fight back against the occupation, they call us terrorists. Like it's just unfair, man. It's pathetic, all this propaganda against us. But I
Yeah.
like one of the things you mentioned before in a short, where you said perhaps Allah Subhanahu wa Taala is pushing us into an area where we do not rely on anyone but Him, and I think that is true. We need to rely on no one but Him, because only He can bring justice. And Subhanallah. So
That's so
yeah.
true. That's so true because I mean, for decades and decades, well, for 75 years now, we Muslims have depended that one, things will be fair. Two, that people, non-Muslims, will see us as human beings. And three, actually care about our well-being. None of those things are true. None of them. So
100%.
how long is this going to go on? It's like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying to us, listen, you're not understanding what's going on. You've let these people do this to you for 75 years, and you keep on hoping for 75 years that something is going to change and somebody's going to do something about it and somebody's going to say, hey, we got to stop doing this to the Palestinian people. Okay, so because you don't understand this and you just keep on laying down and not trusting in me, I'm going to make you trust in me. I'm going to make you rely on me. So it's almost like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is forcing us, not forcing us because we don't understand and we don't put our tawakkul in Allah enough to realize we are on this planet by ourselves. We can't help anybody but ourselves. Nobody is going to help us. Nobody is going to rescue us. Nobody cares if we live or if we die. I'm telling you, if the world woke up tomorrow morning and for some reason Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had lifted all 2 billion Muslims off of the planet Earth, the Earth would go into a massive celebration. Okay? The Earth
Yeah,
would
that's true.
party. The Earth would shout with with the greatest happiness that it has ever known before, because there is no barrier to the evilness, to the satanic Zionist terrorists. There would be no laws. There would be no people calling to good. We are the last beacon. Islam is the last lighthouse of goodness left on this planet. We are the last man standing. And
So
if
true.
we were all gone, the earth would say, awesome. Oh my God, this is the greatest thing that ever happened. No Muslims? Oh, hell yeah. Good riddance.
Yeah, bro, that's so true, man. That's so true. They they think that all of us are, scary and terrorists, and we oppress women and this and that, but they're all just brainwashed, man. They're just brainwashed. So I bet every time a Muslim dies, they celebrate. To be honest, that's just so, that's so true, man.
Uh, does anybody hear me? I went off. All right. I guess this is a really bad area. Does anybody hear me? Okay. Oh, I swear to God, man. To the guest that I had online, Brother Dia, I apologize. My connection went off. Kind of in the middle of the desert. Not the greatest of connections over here. I'm about to literally pass from California into Arizona. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but as soon as I get to the middle of this bridge, I'll be in Arizona. I can stop going 60 miles an hour and go 75 miles an hour. No, I just didn't want to. It's one of the worst things for me is to like have my brother think that I don't want to hear him or something. You know what I mean? I don't want to offend my brother because maybe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves that person. So I don't want them to feel bad. Okay, I'm in Arizona now. That is a lot to read, man. Yep, I'm in Arizona. You might see the hang glider pass right in front of me. Let me slow down. I'm going to pass right in front of my truck. Watch this. Watch. You see him? There's a hang glider, or one of those, what do they call the propellers on the back of the thing, things that Hamas crossed over. Those things, but much nicer. The road's going to get pretty bumpy, so I apologize ahead of time. I'm probably going to have to go through this weigh scale. I always got to go through this weigh scale in Arizona. Yeah, paragliding. I think that's what it's called. Paragliding, yeah. Yeah, Munib, how come I can't bring you up? It gives me, Munib, it gives me an option to ban you and to edit your name, but not bring you up. I don't understand that. Like, I clicked on your name and it gave me only those options, and I was like, what the hell? No, of course not, man. Are you kidding me? I don't even know you, bro. No, I don't denounce them. No. Do you denounce that your father didn't pull out of your mother? There you go. Oh yeah, I blocked him. Here's where the bumpiest part starts. This is just, this part of the road is dumb. I don't get it. I probably have to go into the side of this way station. They always pull me in. Come on, let me go just this one time. Come on. Truck bypass? Whoa, what? Wow, they let me through. Wow. This is a first. So, Munib, if you would like to come up again, well, I guess I have to put the link. Let me just get through this stupid part of the road. Like, There's probably better roads in Kandahar, Afghanistan. Stupid. Right when you get into Arizona, there's just this road right here that's really, really bad. Oh, your English is bad. Okay, probably not a good idea then to come up because I won't understand you, you won't understand me, and we won't have much of a conversation. You know what I mean? Let me get that link on there again. Afghan is definitely, bro, wherever Afghan goes, they're in the house. You know what I'm saying? Oh, for God's sake. Stupid, idiotic road. Let me try this. There we go. If anybody wants to come up and say, what's it? Do I think they deserve a state just because they suffered? No. Do I think they deserve a place to live? Yeah, they're human beings. Everybody's suffered, you know. Suffering is not exclusive to the Jewish people. But I think a lot of people think that just because they're Europeans, they're white people. So if anybody else suffered, their suffering doesn't count, and they don't get a state or billions of dollars from America. Two-state solution? I'm not so sure about that. Because of the track record of Israel and their oppression of the Palestinian people for 75 years. So I'm not so sure that an Israeli leadership really works. Who else suffered during the Holocaust? Well, the Holocaust was not the only human tragedy in the thousands of years of human civilization. You ever heard about the Bolshevik Revolution? Yeah, that was Jews. It killed millions of people. Okay, so kind of got to get into the history books, don't we? Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, by the way, do you hear any interference in the microphone? Like, do you hear my truck noise or wind or anything like that? A little. Well, I have that link down there below. We are on StreamYard. If anybody wants to come up, say hello, ask a question, start a conversation. Come on up, man. Yeah, I agree, Stuart. At the end of the day, if we're to be true, responsible human beings that are interested in justice, well, there has to be justice for all people on Earth, right? And we have to recognize that the Holocaust is not the only human tragedy in the world, in history. There have been many dictators and tyrannical people that have killed way more, hundreds of millions of people. Well, not hundreds of millions. The Bolshevik Revolution. That was Jews. So you hear noises? Oh. Oh. check for sure that my headset is on. Yeah, my headset's on. Yeah. Do I have an opinion about the Russia-Ukraine war? Yeah, I think Ukraine's move to join NATO was a provocation. I believe that America's involvement in Ukraine is not in the interest of the Ukrainian people. I think America just wants to send, because, I mean, let's just face it, the war in Ukraine is done. You know, they're basically in the month of April scenario of World War II. Right? They're in the last breath of World War II. And it could be really, really dangerous for the Ukrainians and the Russians because the war is over. It's just, it's over. You can't compete with the electronic warfare of Russia and their capabilities versus the Ukrainians. I say that as an ex-military, understanding military strategy. Alaikum salam. I believe that the involvement of America in the Ukrainian war is just to hurt Russia. They actually thought that they could hurt Russia. America doesn't care at all about Ukraine. All they care is getting Vladimir Putin out. That's what that was all about, in my opinion. Personally, as an American, as an ex-military, if I was the president, I would completely withdraw from Israel. I would never use Israel as an ally. I say this as a Muslim, so it might sound biased, but I think a better ally, honestly, truly, in the Middle East for America would be Saudi Arabia. That is much more feasible, right? Saudi Arabia is not saber rattling and trying to go to war with Israel, and at the same time, I'm not a fan of Saudi Arabia or its leadership at all either. But fiscally, it makes more sense to have a sane ally, a more balanced, sane ally in the Middle East. Egypt is broke. Egypt has no power. Egypt is an aid recipient. UAE and Saudi Arabia both spend the most money militarily on hardware in the Middle East. So Egypt is not able to do anything. They're indigent and they're impotent as far as a good ally in the Middle East. I just, as an American, I don't understand why our border and our immigration policy isn't a little bit more strict. Immigration is completely legal if you go through the right channels. I'm not against people immigrating to America, certainly not. My grandfather was an immigrant from Norway. But I am against people just hopping the fence and, bleeding the economy and letting these people vote and, letting people in that are military age and letting them join the military. There's people that are crossing the border and there's paid actors out there telling them, who are you going to vote for? Biden, right? Biden. And they're like, yes, Biden. So they're being programmed right when they cross into America. That's dangerous. So if I was the president of America, I would recall every single military person that I had out of the Middle East, out of Eastern Europe, out of Western Europe, out of Korea, out of Japan, everybody come home, uh, and let's get working on the American economy so people can afford to go to school and have an education, at higher levels. We send billions of dollars to Israel, and all of the Israelis have free education and they have free medical care. Americans don't have free medical care, and they don't have free education. Okay? That's a problem. I don't want to pay taxes for Israeli people, a foreign nation, to have free medical care when I pay out of my ass for medical care every month. I am not a slave to Israel, and I won't be. Well, I'll just put it this way. I was not a career soldier. And this was, 34 years ago. So, it's my opinion that Muslims should definitely abandon Biden. I am not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I hate to say this, but I hate to say that I could care less or I couldn't care less. But I kind of have to care because I live here in America. Tell us some of America's military secrets. Let me just do that right here and be charged for treason and executed. That's a really good question, Stuart. Love it. Which intelligence agency do you work for, Stuart? Which three-letter agency do you work for? What a question. There's so many people camping out here in the desert. See them off on the side. Yeah. That's you pay a pretty penny to have medical health care here in America. But hey, the Israelis get the free health care, so it's all good. If anybody understands Darwin, let me know. I struggle to understand what he says. I have to stop here for fuel momentarily so I can make it all the way back to Oklahoma. Isn't that something? I'm on the border of California, basically, really close to California. And when I fill up here shortly down the road, I can make it all the way to Oklahoma without filling up again. That's pretty good. Guys, click that link up above if you want to come on the show. Super. Hello. Bye. It's not a pro-Jewish country. There's many Jewish lobbies like AIPAC and ADL that are trying to make it a Jewish country, but it's not. The American people are waking up to what's going on politically here in America, and when that is found out on a large scale, some serious crap is about to hit the fan. Well, Buzz, you can always try to make me leave. And if you love Israel so much, why don't you go to Israel? America is for Americans. Okay? You hear me? When I served in the United States military, there was no Israeli flag behind me. You understand me? So, if you don't like America, why don't you go back to Israel and live with the monkeys? Yeah. Nobody can really take seriously what these monkeys are saying. Don't let them get under your skin. They're just monkeys. They don't know what they're saying. These people are more loyal to Israelis that want to enslave them in the Talmud and the Torah. I want to be a slave of Israel. They have no idea what the Torah and the Talmud says about them. They have no idea. So Buzz, I had to silence you because I can't tolerate ignorance or shenanigans on the show. I'm sure you understand. So, yeah, but I hear there's really good rates on flight tickets to Israel. Maybe you can go there and worship Jesus and be spit on by Jews. I don't know. I hear that the Jews like to spit on Christians in Israel. Maybe you'll get spit on and get lucky. You get spit on by the holy spit of the chosen people. Yeah, you can take a picture and send it as a memento to your family. I got spit on by a Jew today. It's awesome. I love Israel. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of these Americans that are pro-Israel, they have that slave mentality. You know, they have a slave mentality. They have no, they think the Jews like them. Like, they think that the Jews are their homies or something. But if these same Christians would open up the Torah and the Talmud, they would be like, oh my God, these people actually hate us and they want to enslave us and they don't want to give us any rights at all. We're basically inhuman to them. But you know, okay. Whatever. No, Jews are fine people. Sherman, are you a Christian? Watch this, guys. Watch. Sherman. Are you a Christian? Are you a follower of Paul? Okay, Sherman, I give you about 10 seconds to answer my question, and then I'll just ban you. Are you a Christian? Because you're not going to get any reaction from me. I don't react. Yes, a follower of Jesus. um, was Jesus a Jew? Watch this, guys. Watch, watch. Was Jesus a Jew? Yes, he was. Okay, fine. Who tried to kill Jesus? Your homies, right? Who tried to kill Jesus? Was it the Muslims? Oh, Muslims didn't exist at that time, but you're free to answer as you want. The Romans. Oh, okay, okay. You remember a guy named Pontius Pilate, right? Who refused to kill Jesus? You remember that guy, right? The Romans, if you want to say Romans. What did the Jews say to Pontius Pilate? Oh, guys, this is embarrassing. No, it was the Romans. Oh my God. Look, they don't even know their own Bible. They don't even know historical events. So it was the Romans that called him a heretic, right? That Jews had nothing to do with it. Oh, answer. Don't run, Sherman. Don't run, Sherman. Hercules. Just answer the question. Look how he runs. Look how he runs. Let's stay on task, Sherman. Let's stay, Sherman. Let's stay focused, okay? Come on, Sherman. So it was the Jews. So it was the Jews that actually demanded, because Pontius Pilate said, "I wash my hands of these people. This man is innocent." Do you know the Bible, man? Like, this is historical stuff, man. Pontius Pilate said to the the foaming at the mouth Jewish mob, "This man is innocent. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to kill this guy. This guy Jesus of Nazareth is innocent. No, I'm not going to do anything to this guy. I wash my hands." And the Jewish people insisted, "Kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him. We demand that you kill this person." Right? You don't have to accept it, but it's a historical fact. Next question. Sherman. Do you know what the Jews say about Jesus and his mother in the Talmud and Torah? Any no, this is not a toll station, this is a fuel station. Do you know what the Jews, your homeboys, say about Jesus and his mother in the Torah and in the Talmud? Because they're your homies, right? If you don't know, I can tell you. I can volunteer some information for free, buddy. They say that Jesus and his mother are in the hellfire boiling in hot crap. This is your homies. Uh, Oscar, no, nobody cares, man. Nobody cares. That word doesn't mean anything. So uh, run along. Okay, just run along. Go. Now, guys, don't worry. I'm just gonna block them. I'm gonna ban them. Don't worry. Everybody's Muslims are good to go here. Now, so what happened to my homie, Sherman? What happened? Where'd he go? You didn't want to answer the questions anymore? You got embarrassed because you had that slave mentality with your homie, the Jews. A Jewish people. I gotta fill up, man. I'll be back. But the Jews are good people. They killed my God. No, guys, don't even. You're just mindless zombies. The, the sooner that you learn that these people are zombies, the better it is for your mental health. I'm away from the screen, by the way. I just got my headset on. Fill up real quick. Oh man, I gotta go on break for my ELD.
Thank you for stopping at Flying J.
Shut up. Hold on. My mic went off. What happened? What happened here, sir?
Hey, Stuart, I was watching taking any course sponsored like taking out the 50.5 ounces of sponsor for free. Now promotion, which I only will permit for all these sponsored meal plans. Sure, check out our Facebook on
Dude,
my rewards plus that.
buy this, buy that, bro.
Thanks for stopping at Flying J.
Oh. Thank you for stopping at Flying J. I'll totally do that voice. I need to start doing voiceovers, cartoons. Thank you for stopping at Flying J.
wine year-round. Drink great coffee like it. Hello, spring. Hello, Delta. Good coffee, please.
God, please get out of my ear, man. Guys, I'm just going to run in and get a receipt. And I will be right back. Okay. Is anybody feeling muy bonita? Anybody? Had to go get a receipt.
Here, start with the Israeli flags. I love the people that hate me. I love the Israelis that want to enslave me in the Torah and the Talmud. Anybody? Oh, Robert. Hey, Robert Stevenson. Here's an idea. If you want people to leave so bad, why don't you go to these violent Palestinian rallies and make them leave? Okay, tough guy. Okay, tough guy. Oh, you don't feel safe? Oh God! The white man doesn't feel safe in his own country. Oh God, let's all cry. Ah, ah. I only want white people in America. I don't feel safe with the coloreds. I'm a weakling white man. I don't feel safe. I need a safe place. Somebody help me. Well, Robert, you could always move back to Israel or Poland, Austria, wherever you're from, originally, Germany. Because it's the world's #1 priority to make white people feel safe. Yes. And I apologize so much that we are making you feel unsafe. You poor little lily white, sensitive man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh God, a safety. The safety of the white man. Ah! Can we all have a moment of silence? Let's just take a moment of silence for all of the really white, sensitive white people out there. Everybody bow our heads. Oh God. Oh God, please. Help these white people that don't feel safe. Help them and their men to grow testicles between their legs and actually act and live and be like men. See, I've been praying for you. Okay. Hey, Robert Stevenson, when you put Israeli flags in the chat, do you think that's like a kryptonite to us or something? Honest question. Honest question. Do you actually think that that's like, oh God, no, not the Israeli flag? It doesn't offend anybody. I don't know why they do that. Probably because he's sensitive. Robert, you're a sensitive man, aren't you? You feel muy bonita. Robert, انت كلب وابن الكلب يا بطيخة. شوف علي. Okay. So the Israeli flag triggers Muslims. And so that's why you're here to do that. So that's why you're here to do it. You're here to trigger Muslims. Well, Robert, what I heard when you first came to this room, right, is that you want us to leave, right? So why don't you be a big guy, a tough guy, and go to these Palestinian rallies and make those Palestinian people and supporters leave the country? How about you do that? How about you do that, tough guy? How about you do that? You guys need to leave America. Why don't you make us leave? Why don't you go to one Muslim and not a little girl in a hijab, a grown man like me, and make us leave America, man? Why don't you do that? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I support the LGBTQ. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. I love when these guys come, man. I love it. Hey, where did my buddy go? My homie that thinks the Jews are his homeboys. And they say that Jesus and Mary are boiling crap in the hellfire. Where'd he go? Did he leave? couldn't answer. Hopefully he goes and he researches what the Jews think about it, the Talmud and Torah, and his and what they think of Jesus. Hopefully, but not likely. Or Christian people, they got the slave mentality, steal. You know the funny thing about people like Robert? He's probably a weasel of a white dude from America, Christian, and he probably just yells every day, freedom of speech, freedom, freedom, America, America, freedom, freedom, freedom. But when anybody has a different opinion than his lily white ass, it's go back to where you come from. Isn't that something else? People like Robert scream at the top of their lungs about America and freedom. But when you disagree with them, they say, if you don't like my opinion, you need to leave America. I don't feel safe. Look, he is a man. Okay, I want everybody to just like, he is a man that has said in front of publicly that he doesn't feel safe. Oh, he said he doesn't feel safe. I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe when other people have opinions other than mine. And then asks all those people to leave America. Yeah, Robert, go to the protest and remove each and every one of them from America. Okay, mate? Where's he at? Robert, get up! It's time to go to school. Get up! You always leave. Yeah, see, this is the thing, guys. These baticha, they always leave when they can't get an emotional reaction out of you. Every single time. They want you and I, when we see the Israeli flag, the terror state, to get mad. Why would I get mad at an Israeli flag? Why? For what? That's your flag. Okay. You support it. Okay. Doesn't hurt me. Your opinion and who you stand by doesn't affect me at all. Okay? If you say, and this is another thing that the non-Muslim what they do. They like to say, well, I'll just tell you a tweet that I saw recently on X. There was a guy that made a video, some white dude in America, in Michigan. And he said, oh my God, a whole carload of Muslims just got out in my neighborhood and are looking at a house for sale right across the street from where I live. And he continued in his video and said, I live, to my left is a Muslim neighbor, to my right is a Muslim neighbor, and now I'm going to have another Muslim neighbor across the street. America is being invaded. Okay. Now, that's pretty dumb, right? We can all agree that's pretty dumb. But look at the comments in that video that happened. Some people were saying, you know, the quickest way to get Muslims out of your neighborhood? Why don't you fire up your motorcycle really loud and do a barbecue in your front yard with bacon and sausages and hot dogs and pork chops. That'll really get all the Muslims out of your neighborhood. This is the stupidity that we're up against. If I smell pork, it doesn't repulse me like kryptonite to Superman. Okay? It doesn't. To all of the Christians in the audience, you should know that pork is forbidden in the Bible. If you would, listen, this is coming from a Muslim. All of the Christians listen. It does not bother us if you eat pork. It does not bother us if you have a pork barbecue in your own property, in your house, on your lawn, eating right in front of us at the workplace. It does not bother us. If you wish to eat pork, please do so. Have a big old fat pork chop sandwich right in front of us. Doesn't bother us. What you do in your disobedience to God doesn't affect us. You understand? It doesn't. I'll go even further and say, please take the pork grease and put it into a intravenous needle and inject the pork grease inside of your veins. Go ahead. Do it, man. It does not bother us. Okay. Okay, buddy. Putting a, and then let me just go for it. Putting a cross symbol, emoji in the chat doesn't bother us either. None of us are melting like salt in water, okay? None of us are melting. No demons are exiting the chat when you put cross emojis in the chat, okay? They would never let me be mayor. Hell, the Muslims wouldn't even let me make khutbah because I call them to account so bad. No, they would never let me into any part of authority. So please, Christians, continue to eat your pork. Continue to put the cross emojis, the Israeli flag, whatever. Look, it doesn't bother us. Okay? It really doesn't. It doesn't make us mad. It doesn't upset us. We understand that you stand with Israel. That's fine. That's fine. We don't agree with you. We don't agree with your stance. But it doesn't affect our lives. You have to know that. And you have to also know that the majority of America does not stand with Israel. The people do not stand. No. Everything that you're seeing on the news is the government. The United States government. And we all know the United States government has nothing to do with the American people. Let me tell you. Okie dokie. So, yeah. Sorry to disappoint. I know you want me to be a bad little violent Muslim. But, yeah. Yeah, we got better things to concentrate on, like ourselves. See, we're coming together. This whole Palestine-Israel thing is bringing us together. You know who else it's bringing together? Good Christian people. Good Christian people with good Muslim people. Yeah. The walls are closing in on those that stand with Israel. The walls are closing in on Israel itself. Look what happened last night. Did everybody not see the news? Canada. Yes, Justin Trudeau said he will never be sending any more arms to Israel. And it is his opinion Israel is no longer defending itself. That came from the president or the prime minister of Canada last night. So you see, demons, you Zio-terrorist demons, the walls, the world is closing in. Yeah, wow. Good. It's closing in around you. And I'll tell you something, man. The day of judgment is going to be something else. Can you imagine? The day of judgment, Yom al-Azim, Yom al-Qiyamah, is going to be something else. Yes. Stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and justify how you killed 15,000 children. Alhamdulillah, our dead are in paradise. If you want this world, you can have it. We don't. But just know that you're going to have this answer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala one day. One day. One day. You will answer. Yeah, I guess we got to move on. There's no more demons in the audience. Or followers of Paul. I don't know. Maybe there is. Any more demons in the audience? Do I need to put a crescent moon symbol to chase them away in the chat? Like they put their crosses? The whole thing is elementary. Pathetic. They really don't know what they're doing. I mean, these people. Allah says, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا سَوَاءٌ عَلَيْهِمْ أَأَنذَرْتُهُمْ أَمْ لَمْ تُنذِرْهُمْ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ ختم الله على قلوبهم وعلى سمعهم وعلى أبصارهم غشاوة ولهم عذاب عظيم. They don't know. هم غافلون. غافلون. They are. Hey, by the way, does anybody want to? These roads are so bad. It's like Ya'juj wa Ma'juj has already started eating them. Would anybody like to come up and be on Super Halal Vibes? This is actually StreamYard, and I can invite people up to speaking with me. Mehdi, I mean, as always, Allahu A'lam. But I believe that yes, we are very, very close. The events that are unfolding, everything is coming to a fever. What's going on in Palestine is unparalleled. Anything that has happened in what are you doing, idiot? Anything that's happened thus far, everything is pointing towards something's got to give. You know, something's got to give. I think something's really close. This is my opinion. Of course, Allah. But we'll definitely see what happens. Shot like that. Son, are you gonna drive, or are you still thinking about driving? Or? I swear to God, these four-wheelers are retarded. Okay. Road through Kingman, Arizona right now. It's Kingman in front of us. Let me get this link again. So I can invite people, the people. There we go. Yeah, click on that link, man, if you want to come up and say something about it. Start a conversation. Ask a question. Say something. You know what I mean? Come on up, man. Talk to your brother. So we have some guy in the fast lane that's going 72 miles an hour, and the speed limit is 75. Typical stuff. It's the stuff that I deal with on a daily basis. Daily basis. Speed limit 65. No, I don't have time for 65. No, I don't have time for that. Can y'all still hear me? Am I still on? Hello. Testing. Donkey 1, donkey 2. Donkey 1, donkey 2. Interesting. Yellow. Yellow.
Yeah, yes, I'm trying to hear. Maybe I don't have my headphones on. 1 second. I can't hear anything. Hello? Hello?
What's going on? Oh, I hear you now.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's the reception on the as travels. 'Cause,
No,
yeah, it
I
was
think
just.
I think it was it was plugged into my stereo in my truck. That's what it was.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I've been watching your videos. I really, I think I watch a lot of your videos, and in some ways, we have, in some ways, people have similarities, right? Not you being Irish or I don't know Viking or whatever, but I was looking at how you joined the armed forces at such a young age. I was like, wow, that's something to be respected at such a young age.
Yeah.
It's like I've I've never been in the armed forces, but I know it's something that is I've listened to other people mention that, like some people that even are native, they back in the different. I'm not native, but they joined at a younger age, like back when there was different wars going on and stuff. But I would think that that really, just like when people do an MMA match or a boxing match, it totally makes their views on stuff totally different. And but we all have perspective, and we all have perspectives. But I thought to myself, you seem like a moral person, and someone that is to be respected. And I I mean, I say the wrong things sometimes,
No, so do
but
I.
like, but it's hard to be it, like none of us is perfect, but we all. But I had a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I listened to you, and I see that but my question is I'm trying to figure out something. Like, is the what's the Quran, like? I've heard this uh, mentioned before, like, because like people talk about the Bible, how it was written, or different just perspectives on things. But I'm wondering, like, because I've done some research, and I know, like you say, on the internet, there's research that is not applicable, and some stuff that is applicable. But my thought is, I look at the books, or like even like the Hindus got the Bhagavad Gita. For me, I look at the book, although
Hmm.
that's my perspective, right? But I thought to myself, okay, my question is this, because what I found is some people's perspective say that the Quran was uncreated, and some people, I'm not sure. Like, that's almost like a hard to understand word. Created, uncreated, but was it like I understand how it was, um, like the natives, they took a lot of their heritage, they didn't it was not written down, so they have either pictures and stuff like that, right? But
Hmm.
my question is, was the Quran uncreated or created? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, how was it written down? You know, um,
The Quran is revelation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? So in order for humans to read it and understand it, we have to look at it with our eyes, right? So the paper, the ink, the eyes that read the words in the Quran are are they from contention, or are they divine? Are my eyes that read the Quran divine, or are they subject to the laws of the universe? Hello?
yeah, my eyes. Yeah,
Yeah, eyes.
our eyes can deceive us. It's like, I
So
could be think I'm hungry,
for
but
me to
I'm not
use my
hungry.
eyes, for me to use my eyes,
Yeah.
there must be light reflected into my pupils. Correct?
Yes. Yeah.
So
That's yes.
my eyes, and the paper that I see, and the words that I see, and the ink that I see, and the shapes that I see in the words, are they divine, or are they written down on paper, which is a part of creation?
Um, I'm, I'm trying to. I'm trying to. Uh, I'm not the
Okay,
best listener, but I
so
try to do. Yeah.
okay, listen, man.
Yeah.
The revelation from God when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the Quran through Jibreel to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, those words, do you think that they were created or from God?
Well, that do I think they're created? Well,
Yes.
that's I'm mine is. Do I think they were created? I'm not
So
sure.
for exa-
I'm
for, so
not.
for
I don't have.
example,
Yeah.
when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to Jibreel, say to Muhammad, Ikra, read in the name of your Lord. Was that a creation or was that divine from God?
Um. Uh. There again, I'm. I don't have a. I'm in like I'm a. There's a yes and a no, and I'm kind of like maybe I don't know. Like I'm not. I don't have an exact. Uh.
Okay. Let me
But
ask you a couple of questions. Is
yeah,
paper a creation or is it divine?
paper. Paper can. Is it divine? It's not divine. No, I wouldn't say.
So you would say that paper is a creation.
Uh. Paper is created from trees. God
Trees
created
are.
trees. Are they? And your question is it? Is it? Sorry, you said what? Is it?
So
What was?
paper is from trees, and
Yeah,
trees is a creation. I heard you say that God created trees. So
yeah.
trees are not God.
No, no. That's it's objective. It's an objective thing, but it's not God. No.
I don't really think it's objective because it's God created trees. I mean, it's in the Bible, it's in the Quran, it's in the Torah,
Well,
and
I
my
meant it's just an object. It's just an object,
right.
or just yeah,
So the Quran, what you read, the ink, the letters, because language is a creation, right? It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that taught us languages and how to write them and how to read them and understand them,
yeah.
right? It is a part of contention of creation, subject to the laws of the universe. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not subject to those laws, nor does he exist inside of his creation. This is a elementary Aqidah uh, realization, right?
But
In
is he
Aqidah.
omnipresent? Is he omnipresent? Because
I,
because
well,
if he's
I just said that Allah
yeah.
doesn't exist in his creation. He is aware of things. Do you speak Arabic?
No, sir. I never. I
Oh, okay.
I knew. I grew up with a guy that went to. He's from Egypt. He's a really smart guy. His dad was a teacher and stuff.
Hmm.
But I know. I don't think they speak Arabic. But
They actually do. Egyptians speak Arabic. Yes.
okay, yeah. And but yeah, yeah. But my okay. So okay, I tried to answer the best I could. Would you say the Quran is uncreated?
It is uncreated. Yes.
Okay, here's my question, and I'm not saying it sarcastically. I'm saying it for understanding.
Hmm.
So if it's uncreated, and would you say Allah's uncreated?
If what was the last part? What
If is Allah uncreated?
is Allah uncreated?
Yes,
The question
because
is flawed terribly.
no, but I know. I would say yes if someone asked me is God uncreated, because it's a law of science that creation something only a non-dependent being doesn't need to be created. Would you say that's true?
No, I wouldn't.
Because who created God? He's not dependent on anything or anybody. He always was and always is, right? Wouldn't you say?
Yes.
So that's what I mean
I,
by uncreated. It's a only an uncreated being because
then
it was the first thing.
who created the world? I mean, you're severely confused. Who created the
Yes.
world then? Can I go to Target and buy a Lego thing, like a 1,000-piece Lego creation or whatever, a castle,
Hmm.
and expect for it to come together without anybody putting it together? Is that possible?
No, because well, someone has to create it. Somebody
Someone
has
has
to.
to create it.
Well, every creation has a creator.
And
Am
so,
I?
how did it get in Target then? How did the Lego get in Target?
How did the Lego get to Target? Okay.
How did it get there? How did it exist? Who created the Lego, and who created the Lego that created the Lego? I mean, come on,
Yeah.
let's not do this.
Okay. Well, I'm going back. Okay. Who created the Lego? This is an interesting. I'm I'm trying my best here because I'm more of a thinker than a conversationalist, but I'm doing my best here. So
I think you might be thinking too much, and that might be the problem.
yeah, but okay,
Um, this is the thing I'm going to
if
say because I'm not going to go in circles with you right here.
yeah, yeah,
There's an excellent person that can explain this to you. If
yeah,
you have the knowledge of Akida, and that is Aqeedah, Akida, that is the nucleus of what all the knowledge of God and creation and His names, His attributes, the impossibilities of what God isn't and is.
yeah,
Meaning there's no such thing as a square circle. There is
yeah,
definitely laws of creation, and
yeah. That's like
His name.
mathematics, physics. Yep. Sorry,
Okay,
sorry
okay.
to interrupt you.
His name is first name Asrar. First name Asrar.
A
Last
S
name.
H. Sorry, A
No,
S A.
no, it's not. There's no H. Asrar. That's his first name.
Yeah.
Last name Rashid. Asrar Rashid.
Yes.
And he does an 11-part video about every single thing that's going on in your mind right now about creation, with an excellent detailed commentary called Akida Tahawiyah.
Mm-hmm.
Tahawiyah. Akida Tahawiyah. And it's 11-part video. It should be in this playlist. And if you listen to that, by the second video, you'll be like, oh, wow, okay. I understand everything.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
until
Can
you
I?
listen to that video, you and I are
Yes.
just going to go in circles of philosophy and, oh, what if, what if, what if, what if,
Okay.
what if.
Can I simplify one thing? I understand what you're saying, and I'll check into that. But can I ask a question regarding if do you feel that he's Allah? Somebody created Allah, or Allah always was?
Allah is Al-Qadim. And in that video, in the first one, you will learn about Al-Qadim, the one that existed before time and has created time itself.
So then you would say he's uncreated, right? No one
He is not
created
a
him.
part of the creation. He is not a part of the creation. He is the creator.
Yes, so he's uncreated. That's what I mean by uncreated. No one created him. See,
No,
see what
nobody
I'm saying?
created him.
So
No, he always was.
here's my last question. If you have two uncreated, how? Whoops, the connection went a bit there.
Yeah, I'm in
If
the middle of nowhere.
how can you have two? I know there's perspectives, and I'm only saying how. But how can there be two uncreated? You see what I mean?
How can there be two uncreated?
Yeah, like
There,
if
there
the
isn't. There isn't two uncreated. There isn't. There's one
but
uncreated.
if the Quran is uncreated, and Allah's uncreated, who created the Quran? You know what I mean?
Okay.
I think
Uh,
I don't know if my
okay. This is where
perspective.
you're. Okay. This is where
Okay.
you're getting confused, and this is why I
Yeah.
use the paper, the
Yeah.
ink, the pen, and languages and words to
Yeah.
differentiate. The book
Yeah.
is made of paper, right? The
Yeah.
Quran is made of paper.
Hmm.
The words are created, right? The ink
Yeah.
that writes down the words is a part of creation,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
But when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the revelation of the Quran through Gabriel to Muhammad, that is not created. It is the very words of the Creator. The book that you read, the book, the paper, the ink, is a part of creation. Because paper, what can I do? Can I rip God in half? No. Can I rip paper in half? Yes. Can I burn paper? Yes. Can I scribble out the ink in the paper? Yes. But the words of the Quran itself, the revelation from God, is certainly not created.
Yeah. Okay. I see the distinction there that you're making of the two things. I just, I guess the way that my perspective of it was, I was trying to, I guess, uh, different perspectives. But I understand what your distinction is. The paper and stuff is destructible, or it wears out, or although they
Yeah.
preserve things differently back in the ancient times, they used to, just like they learn in school, they were able to make I don't know if it was the Egyptian mummies and stuff like that. They were able to prolong their um, keeping or their stuff like that. But yeah, I guess I don't know exactly how my question is, but I guess I was trying to. But anyhow, yeah, you answered it the best that I see what you're saying. But yeah, thank you for your answer, sir. I um I listen to your stuff, and I'm like I'm right now. I'm not working. I was working, but I hurt my foot and stuff. So that extra time, I'm listening to listen to different things. But I better let you go because I respect your time, and thank you for answering my question, sir.
All right. Thank you, man. Yeah. Take care of
Yep.
yourself.
Yep.
Yeah. So this Akida, if you're still in the room, AI blog, um, not only is it important for non-Muslims to learn about Akida, especially when asking questions like this, because Akida answers all of these questions. And what are the first things that we talk about in Akida, whether you are from the Asha'ira or the Maturidi or the Hanabila creed, is the verse ليس كمثله شيء وهو سميع البصير, right? ليس كمثله شيء. There is nothing like God. وهو سميع البصير. But he sees and he hears. He hears and he sees. Walaikum salam. So anything that is comparable to God is not God. Through that one verse, ليس كمثله شيء. There is nothing like God. There's nothing comparable to God. But he sees and he hears. But he doesn't see like you and he doesn't hear like us. Because so I was trying to get into the eyeball itself. Allah doesn't need a retina or an eye or a pupil to see. He doesn't need to rely on vibrations of the ear to hear. He doesn't need to turn into a certain direction to hear the prayers of his servants. But he hears and he sees. But the thing is, he sees all and he hears all without using the faculties of a human ear. He is the all-knowing. Anyway, probably I'm about to lose everybody going through this mountain. I will be back. I don't know if anybody hears me. Oh man, when you slow dudes, get out of my way. You gotta drop your truck. wonder if there's anybody in this chat. I wonder if anybody can hear me. Oh, really? Huh. Yeah, me either, man. I'm just kind of just driving down the road. Yeah, just put this link out there. If anybody wants to come up. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Ads. What's up, ads? I don't know why so many bugs commit suicide on my windshields. Like, you don't see a huge truck coming your way, man? Like, come on, man. It's, I mean, I have no complaints about my job. Well, not too many, but some beautiful things that I see. Yeah, man. That is, you're probably right, Manaza. It's like they don't have the capability to get out of the way, I guess. So they're just like splat, you know? Yeah, I mean, the best thing about truck driving, to be honest, is to be left alone. Um, Believe it or not, I'm quite a introvert. I am extroverted around people that are like-minded, but if I'm in a room full of people, yeah, I'm not going up to everybody and talking. I'll probably be by myself in the corner somewhere. But if like my wolf pack is there, yeah, I'm in the middle. You know. What was the guy's heritage? I don't know. I think he was just an American. But as far as heritage, I don't know. You talking about the guy that was asking the creation, who created Allah question? I have no idea. Yeah, a lot of people say, because Rasulullah, honestly, not prophethood, but I have the same job as Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam before he was a prophet. A lot of people say, "Oh, what? Don't say that about Rasulullah." Look, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam took camels, loaded them in Mecca, drove them to Bilad al-Sham, traded them, and came back with money or other goods back to Mecca on the backs of camels. What do you call that? You call that an ancient truck driver. I do the same thing. I take a trailer, I take goods from one place to the other place. So I don't know why people get offended when they hear that. They're just like, well, how are you saying that he's like that? Well, is there something wrong with being a truck driver? Is it too lowly of a status in life to be a truck driver? Uh, People get mad over anything these days. Just will just be miserable, and I have no interest in it at all. I'd rather be happy. I'd rather look for the similarities that we have. We can connect and work together as human beings and stuff like that. Yeah, I have no interest in arguing over semantics and polemics, and this doesn't make me feel good. Yeah, no, I'm not interested at all. So, whatever. Yeah, not interested at all. If you're not looking for a solution or clarity or, you know, to build in life, whether you're a Muslim or not, I'm not interested in working with you or having conversations with you. So, yeah. I don't have time for the emotion and the chaos, and the madness. No, no time. I like to think so. I've been doing this for 10 years. Sir. Do what I got to do. Get this load down the line. I drive about 700 miles a day. The first day I drive about 780 on my first jump. Today, I'll drive about 700 too. Yeah, Munaza. I love it. I love it. I mean, even if you asked him, Ya Rasulullah, you were a trader? You loaded camels and rode them all the way to Bilad Shem? You? And he would say, yeah. Who am I? I am a slave of Allah. He was indeed human. The best of humans, but still, he was human. Looking for a job. Specifically, what do you mean, Sirna? The first job that you have is not going to be ideal. The first job I had was at 13 years old, working in my father's welding shop, just sweeping up things. Occasionally I'd get lucky and I'd get to get on the grinder and grind out some welds. Yeah, first job I had was doing that at 13 years old, summer job. And I got $3.15 an hour. And I loved it. Real money in my pocket, real working man. Back in the day when you can work when you were 13 and get away with it. sir. What do you mean the fire, Munaza? And forgive me, is Munaza a woman's name or a man's name? I think it's a man's name. Pretty sure Munaza is a man's name. That's not a name that I usually hear. Oh, woman. Oh. Washing dish on chair. Get boots. Clean up the livestock. Yeah. Darwin, I never understand what you're saying, dude. Like, never. Very rarely. Oh, the fire in welding. Oh, the light. Yes. Yes. You have to have a welding goggles or a mask. Yeah. Yeah, that can cause extreme damage and blindness if you look at it or stare at it. Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. What's up, Lala? Now, by the way, the link is in the chat. If anybody wants to come up and say hello. You know, there's the link. If anybody wants to come up and say hello or start a conversation, ask a question, make a comment, come on up, man. Come on up. 5, not 58. Come on, princess. Get down the highway. Inshallah. Inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you as well. Lala. Lala G. You know what I mean? Well, I'm going back to Oklahoma. But I'll probably sleep in Albuquerque, New Mexico tonight. Inshallah. Dropped my load in California yesterday. Slept in Barstow, California at the Flying J truck stop. And and I will drive all the way to probably Albuquerque. If not Albuquerque, I might be able to make it to Moriarty, New Mexico. But we will see what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has in store for me. But ultimately, Thursday, sometime around 4:30 p.m., should be arriving back safely, inshallah, in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. I personally myself have never experienced any paranormal stuff on the highway. Never. Just a whole lot of beautiful trees and Mountains, cows, horses, winding roads, beautiful blue skies and white clouds, beautiful sunsets, sunrises. That's about it. Yeah, Noah's, I'm still here. Yep. Everybody hear me? Yeah, what do you got, Noah's? What's up? Noah's, I think I know you. Dude, I've heard every weird question in the world, man. You can't shock me. You can't. Nobody can shock me. Dude, get over. Okay? You live and you work in Qatar, and you're Indian. Okay? Uh, in India, there is a hate campaign against Muslim women. Okay? Mm-hmm. Accident ahead. Huh? Mm-hmm. Lure Muslim girls. That sounds pretty predatory, but okay. Only in India, I guess. Indian Hindus like to do that, I guess. What do we got here? Yes, what is your question, sir? Well, nobody can make Muslims change their religion, but I understand what you're saying. Alaikum salam, Bayo. I mean, the best thing that you can do is expose what they're doing, right? I mean, if a Muslim is falling for a Hindu trap, I mean, of all people, a Hindu? Honestly, seriously. If Muslim women are falling for Hindu tricks, what does that say about the Muslim woman? Probably need a whole lot of education. Um, but the problem is in Muslim countries, people being born and raised Muslim pretend that they know about Islam, but they really don't know anything about Islam. Okay, dude, you've told me that like 3 times, Bio. I understand. You should probably change your name to Muslim, your screen name. Did I try to escape from prison? What? What? No. Did I try to escape from prison? No. No. Yeah, Nawaz, I don't know what to tell you. If Muslim girls are making friendships with Hindu boys, that's kind of on them, right? That's kind of on them. So if they feared Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and they knew that they're not supposed to be doing that, you know, the basics, the elementaries of Islam, they wouldn't be doing that, right? So, yeah, any Muslim woman that gets lured by a Hindu into leaving their religion or marrying a Hindu guy or leaving the religion of Islam, uh, they really weren't that smart to begin with, right? So I would say the best solution to that is educating women on Islam. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. I mean, because the whole Hindu, if I can even call it a theology, is absolute madness, right? Um, when you tell me that the river Ganges was formed from a goddess in space washing her hair, um, and you get duped and tricked into that, you, you might be the dumbest person in the planet, right? That's. I mean, I don't even understand how Hindus themselves believe in Hinduism. Yeah, go ahead, young P. By the way, I have a link up in the chat if anybody wants to come on the show. Super Halal Vibes. I'll say, what's up? What is the difference between the Asha'ira and the Maturidis? Polemics, wordings, wording, nothing really. None of them make takfir on each other. Polemics, very, very small. Young P, you got to get into it though, man. You got to get into a class and learn your aqidah. Not only learn, master. Yeah, bro, Nawaz Khan, you know what it is with Hindus? Ethnicity. That's all it is. Nationalism. That's all it is, dude. That's all it is. You actually believe that gods are raping and impregnating other gods. Uh, Come on. Stop it. Stop. Well, there's two different Salafi Aqidas. There's the real Aqidah from Abu Yusuf, the Hanabila, and then there's the Wahhabiyya, so-called Salafi Aqidah. There is definitely a difference in the way of anthropomorphism. You got to be really, really careful on that. Because these neo so-called Salafis are hiding amongst the real Salaf Salih. So, got to be careful. Yeah, well, Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab is not amongst the Salaf Salih. Not a lot of people know that. A lot of the Wahhabiyya think that, but no, he is not from the Salaf Salih. He existed in the 17th century. Look, the only thing you can do is whatever you can do. Look, people are going to leave Islam. Muslim women are going to do zina with Hindus and Christians and whatever. It happens, man. It's always happened, right? But what we have to do is, as men, first educate ourselves, and then educate our family, and then our community. That's what I do. I don't know about anthropomorphism. I won't go so far to say that, because if I said that, then that's would take Ibn Taymiyyah out of the fold of Islam, and I am not saying that. But young P, you should really master your Aqidah. Yeah, Noah, exactly. That's all you can do is whatever is within your power to do, right? Never worry and never be saddened by something that you cannot change. That's where misery and the pain begins in the hearts of so many people, non-Muslim, Muslim, whoever you are. When you start worrying and focusing on things that you can't change, that's misery in a bottle. You know who else was a genius? Abu Hassan al-Ashari. Might want to read up on him, young P. You know, where he came from, how he corrected himself and the people around him, and became responsible for the Ashari Aqidah school. You know who he? Oh, okay. Well, did I read the books of Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab? Unfortunately, I did. Yes. Unfortunately, they are still on my bookshelves. And I have also read the writings of his brother and his father condemning their own family member. Yes. It was back in my neo so-called Salafi days. Unfortunately, I was amongst them for 10 years. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. I am not a part of that group anymore. Yes, of course. Kitab al-Tawheed. Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Yeah, that's all you can do, man. And don't be afraid to go to these people in Qatar. I don't know if they exist in Qatar. And openly debate them, if that is legal in Qatar, to debate people and have dialogues in public. I don't know. Maybe it isn't. And but what I would do before that is really research what their goal is and how they trick the Muslims, and just expose that. What do you think about the hadith that says the Khalifat will remain with the Quraysh? It's true. Oh yeah, Tariq al-Suwaidan. I remember his talks. Oh guys, it's burrito time. Oh yeah, it's burrito time, man. I stop here in Seligman, Arizona, and always get burritos. Do I believe the Mahdi is here? Allah Adam. I don't really concern myself with things that I don't know for sure. If he is, alhamdulillah, he knows his mission, or he will overnight. If he isn't, well, we prepare, and we teach people, and we warn people, and we do not depend on the Mahdi to save us on a daily basis. Oh, when the Mahdi comes, this will happen. When the Mahdi comes, this will happen. When the Mahdi comes, this. What does that have to do with today? Nothing. It has nothing to do with today. The Mahdi is not here, so we must save ourselves and educate ourselves and warn ourselves. and the people of earth. Traveler of life, exactly, exactly. Stop depending. That's what we talked about earlier today on the show before it went off. Is that Muslims, it's almost, and I made a video about this, it's almost as if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is forcing us to rely on Him and not other people through this Palestine Israel thing. Because us, we Muslim people, are still for some reason waiting for the world to give a damn about us. And the truth of the matter is, nobody cares about us. Okay? Nobody cares. Nobody cares that 15,000 kids are getting killed. Nobody cares. When will Muslims really, 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 really understand this? The answer to that is, I don't know. But the reality is, nobody cares about us. Nobody cares if we become extinct, or if they kill kids or what. Nobody cares. So the sooner that the Muslim figures that out and then puts their trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and starts actually doing something about it, defending ourselves, not relying on the UN or the NATO to save us. They don't care, man. We've seen that the ICJ has condemned Israel and have found Israel guilty of war crimes and ethnic cleansing. What happened after they made that ruling? Nothing. 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 What what did you expect was going to happen? What did you expect was going to happen? The International Court of Justice ruled Israel guilty of war crimes and said that it should cease and desist. What did Israel do? No, they kept on doing what they did. No, they're still killing people. They don't care. The world doesn't care. Is MBS Al Wali Al Amr? No, I don't think he is. No, he isn't. Hey, look, guys, I'm going to take a break. Well, look, if you're here, you're here. If you're not, you're not. I'm going to run in and get a burrito. I'll be right back. Oh, yeah, man, I got 1,000 miles to go still. Okay. Hello, hello. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Donkey 1, donkey 2, donkey 3. Does anybody hear me? Hello. Okay, nobody hears me? Hello. Donkey 1, donkey 2. Testing donkey 1, 2, 3. Oh boy.